All right, hello YouTube. It's been a long time since I've made a video, and I thought I would bring out one that I've done in the past, but as you see, this thing is updated a lot. Um, well, I say a lot, but I've had this particular rifle for about 15 years now. This is a Marlin 795, even though it does not look like it. This is the same center point. I think it was called the AR-22 scope that I put on there. It's been there pretty much. That's the scope that I settled on after I bought the rifle. I went through a few scopes. Low end, I bought this rifle initially for $85. Yeah, this is 15 years ago. We're talking about back during the time when Dick's Sporting Goods actually used to carry firearms. Yeah, I miss those days. But with my military discount that I had back then and whatever holiday sale was going on at the time, this thing came out at 85 bucks. Now, obviously, this is not the original stock. Recently, and I say recently, probably in the past 6 months or so, I was shooting the mess out of this thing, and after I cleaned it, I put it back together. The trigger guard, where these two bolts are, right here and right here, the plastic trigger guard that was originally on the rifle, well, it cracked and it stripped straight through. I hadn't forced it, I didn't over torque it or anything like that. It's just, well, this rifle's gotten some use. So it finally wore out, bolt went straight through, and you could not anchor the rifle down to the stock properly anymore. So my wife looked at me and said, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?" I said, "I want a Boyds stock for my 795. So yes, this is a Boyds firearm stock. It's I love it. It's great. I mean, it fits me really, really well. So it's easy to get down on it. It's comfortable. The ergonomics are wonderful. This particular trigger guard, I want to say I got it from McKinney. Sorry about the traffic noise. We are a little close to the road. We're out here at the farm. But this right here, if I remember the brand correctly, it's like DIP Solutions or something. It's a total aluminum trigger guard assembly. Now it also, I'm going to see if I can get a little closer here, also came fully assembled with this flat blade trigger. Y'all, this trigger is wonderful. It's adjustable internally, and you can take out almost 100% of the pre-travel. Also, you can take out almost 100% of the over travel. Now, I adjusted mine. Let's see if I can show you here. I'm going to take it off safety. Yes, the weapon's clear. I might have to actually put a magazine in here to pull the trigger, but let's see if it'll do it since I pulled it out earlier. Let me do it with my other finger. That way you can see it. So there's a little bit of take up right here, how I have it adjusted. Yep, I'm gonna have to put one in. Let's see. Let's go ahead. It's got a magazine disconnect on this model. And yes, this is the Pro Mag. It's supposed to be a 25 round, but no, it holds 27. So, anyways, no, there's not one in the chamber. But if we, now you see a little bit of take up here. It's even less, and click. That thing is crisp. It feels great. I absolutely love it. This thing is a squirrel annihilator. I mean, we're talking super tight groups at up 60, 70 yards. You put a soda can at 75 to 100, and that sucker's exploding with this thing. You put a squirrel out and let it hold still more than a second or two, and it's coming down that tree. So yeah, it's wonderful. The scope, it is a low-end scope. If you're looking for a video with, oh, high dollar this, high dollar that, you came to the wrong place. Now, this thing, the scope, the clarity is great. It's got the mil-dot reticle. It's illuminated red or green, or you can leave it turned off, and it'll just be the black reticle during the bright daylight, whatever. You know, do what you got to do. But this thing works. It holds tight groups. Matter of fact, now that I put this thing on here, you know, if I'm on the bench rest, it's touching holes. Touching holes out, and we're talking out to about 100 yards. That micro groove barrel that this thing's got, wonderful. If you can find a Marlin, get it. Now, I don't know what Ruger's doing with Marlin nowadays, now that they own them. I'm sure most of you watching this video already know the whole history behind that, so I won't get into it. But I haven't tried any of the newer stuff. Like I said, this thing's 14, 15 years old, but I love it. It's wonderful. So let's take a couple of shots with it and let's see what we can do. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to just shoot fast. I'm going to take out, we'll go at that center one. I'm just going to start pulling the trigger. We're not going for accuracy here. We're just burning off some rounds. Well, we'll go for a little bit of accuracy. How about that? Here we go. So, racking it back. Got a round in the chamber. I'm using CCI mini mags. These are the, they're not the target rounds. They're not the 40 grain round nose. They are the 36 grain hollow points. So my target, I'm going to point to it. I don't know if you can actually see exactly where it is, but if you look down there after the tip of my finger, that's where we're shooting. I'll walk you down there in just a second. But let's put a couple of holes. All right, we put a few rounds down range. Like I said, I'm just pulling off some shots. I didn't go too much. Safety's on, mag's out. Let's clear the chamber. Boom, got one on the ground. I'll pick that up in a second. Let's walk you down. Now, I have jerry-rigged my camera stand since I forgot my actual mount to go with it. So we're just working with what we got. Now, this is just offhand. Keep in mind, offhand, and I'm just squeezing some rounds off. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now, if I take my time, prop against a tree, whatever, like I said, this thing goes super accurate. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do, we got to show a little bit better accuracy than that. I'm going to get right behind this camera. I'm going to use a rest, and we're going to put some in the top left. Let's see what we can do. That just didn't do it justice for me. Like I said, we're making do here. All right, hang on just a second. Let me do a makeshift rest here. I got a shotgun I'm going to share with you in a second too. Probably going to do that as a separate video. But let's see. All right, got us in frame. Back to the same spot. I'm going to be right beside the camera. Or maybe, let's do it this way. I'm going to use that. Here we go. Let me adjust my hat real quick. Get my ear protection back on. And put this on the rest. Flip up my scope caps back up. Top left. But my rest is not very stable Let's try that again. Oh, push down on the slide lock. Oops. Got that up behind there. All right, there's a few shots. Let's see what happened. All right, keep in mind, I just used the back of a chair. So this isn't like a bench rest or anything. We're gonna eject that round, make sure our safety is on. I'm gonna lay the rifle down back here, close the scope, get back up. Let's take you down. All right, let's go see what happened. Yeah. There's my beautiful rest right there. You got to use what you got, right? Because I left everything else at home. I wasn't planning on doing this video. Now, all those shots, yeah, we were wobbling around on the back of that chair just a little bit. But, check this out. Way better. Way better. Look, that's my horrible offhand shooting. And then rest it up against anything, and then boom, it takes it in. But like I said, bench rest, even more accurate. Hey, that's what I got for today. Well, anyways, like I said, wanted to share the Boyds stock with you. That's the Quest stock in the Zombie Hunter green. I love it. Feels great. Works for me. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. This is Naked Alien, and I'm signing back out. I'll be back pretty soon, probably in a few minutes actually, to share with you my old shotgun. See ya.